Yeah.
All right, guys, we're back. It's Patrick, Cory, Baseballmapper boys for another installment of 5 questions.
All right. You know how it goes, 30 seconds.
They know by now.
Right.
You don't even have to go over the rules. They
30
know everything. They've been watching all of them. They
30
watch desperately, waiting
Right.
patiently every week. Is there another installment? Can I check it out?
If you do the math, the last video was like 18 minutes at 30 seconds for 5 questions.
5 questions, we're like
How do we
averaging-
end up at 18 minutes?
Because you talk too much.
That's a good question. That doesn't count.
That is not the first question.
But the first question.
Cory, hit us with the first question.
All right. So I read an article recently that they're trying to get more MLB player series sneakers. So Mike Trout for years has had cleats
With Nike.
with Nike.
Yeah.
And has
Duncan had those.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
It's one of the few you can get, you know.
Right.
It works out for Connor's team that the colors match, so that's what he gets every year.
Yep.
And they also have the like sneaker version of those shoes.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't remember the other player they were talking about in the article. It was a New Balance one.
Oh, Frankie Lindor.
All right, well there you go.
I think so.
If you were to get some baseball shoes from a specific player, who do you want? Whose shoes do you want?
Okay. I like it. Growing up, I think I was like maybe 7th grade when I was able to get my first real pair of kicks, man. You'll never forget when you get it. We've had this conversation before.
I was about the same age.
Yeah, like it took a long time to persuade, to wear mom down long enough to get the pair of Nikes we wanted. I think I had the Air Raid 2s, the Do the Right Things.
Agassiz.
Yeah, those were nice. Those were nice. Those were Air Maxes. I think I had some of those too. And once the door opened, then I was like, oh my... And I remember getting Ken Griffey Jr. I had the fancy teal ones that you could not wear and match with anything else, but I was so happy to have them.
Right.
So this is a real thing that's been going on since our childhood. Current player who I think has the drip that I would like to be a part of. I think that's what it all comes down to. Right? Can I get some Yohan Moncada shoes? That's what I'm saying. Like
gold chain.
Oh man! I mean, I want it like a designed gold chain on where the ties. I want the laces to be almost gold.
Right.
So when I tie them up, or even Eloy, maybe something that shows like I love how Eloy always has the bare chest when he's running out.
Yeah.
He's always like 3 buttons down. Always 3 buttons down. Yeah. So I want to wear, especially as I'm older, I find myself wearing moccasins and some dress slippers is what I call them, right? Some dress slippers. To me, that's something Eloy would wear. Like, Eloy would have the sneaker that is toned down to a moccasin. Real comfortable, real casual. I know Eloy would do it. I think that's the one I would choose. What about you?
In a similar vein, the Javi Baez's.
It's always your answer is Javi Baez.
It's
Serious drip, too. He's a dresser, too, know?
Does Chris Bryant have one? He's got the Adidas deal. He should have shoes.
Yeah, see, and I think it's interesting, too, because shoe deals have really kind of expanded nowadays to where, like, think about it, like, the rappers. Rappers have shoe deals, man. Like, anything that could be on social media that's popular. Like, maybe one day there'll be a Baseballmapper shoe. Yeah. And people will want it.
All right. Question 2.
We'll move on. Dress slippers?
So now that we're part of the baseball Twitter world.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I'm sort of interested to see the diversity of the fans that maybe I didn't know existed.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Several years ago. So imagine you're 20 and single again. Do you want your girl to be a huge baseball fan like these Twitter girls we see? Right?
Right.
Or do you want baseball to kind of be your thing?
Oh, that's a good question. So, like, ultimately what it comes down to is, in a relationship, do you want to be the sports heavy? Right? Do you want to, like, because what happens, like, are you secure enough in your relationship if you're dating somebody who has way more social media credibility, right? A huge following because of how great her takes are on the Atlanta Braves.
Exactly. Right.
Exactly. I do think I could handle that. I'm secure. I think I'm secure in my relationship. But it's interesting because what social media has done is provided an outlet for us to be able to see just the diversity in the fans. Yeah. It has allowed us to see baseball fans are not old, males or old white males or whatever the I would say the old wise tale is, is that it is diverse. There's been plenty of young women who were taken to ball games when they were kids. I do the same thing with my daughters, like I've always taken them to games. I hope one day they can have social media credibility and their boyfriends can handle it. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
it's interesting.
I think I'd be on the side of let that be my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need another guy around to go to the game with.
Right.
This isn't like girls can't be a baseball fan. It's just more like a space thing, right? You do your thing. If you're a huge basketball fan or whatever fan, you go do your thing.
Right.
I'm going to do my thing, and we'll meet up later on.
I think Erica does a good job of allowing that because she could probably throw better than you.
She's fantastic.
All right, she could actually throw better than you, I think, and she's a real ball player.
I don't know about that.
All I see is competitions forming for the summertime. All right, sounds good. Question three.
MLB sent a memo to minor league teams this week saying that they could use existing alternate jerseys, but they couldn't develop any more. No more would be approved for 2021. Literally a move that takes fun out of baseball.
Literally. Right? That is exactly the way I read it, too. Is you know what? They're having too much fun down there.
Right.
We're going to scale it back. That is essentially the owner of the Cleveland Indians in Major League. The boys are having too much fun. Take away the hot tub. They can't even have the amenities.
Right.
They can't have fun in minor league baseball. They're controlling the fun.
Right. So, with that in mind, what's your favorites? Do you have a favorite identity or alternate jersey in minor league baseball?
There are so many great ones, man. The El Copa, it really brings out some. I mean, there's some really cool ones like the Chupacabras. I think are in Round Rock.
The Flying Chanclas.
The Flying Chanclas, right? The San Antonio Missions, the Flying Chanclas, which is great. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but I think that's Grandma throwing a flip-flop at you when you aren't acting right.
Yeah.
The Flying Chanclas. What's cool is that last year baseball, COVID 2020, brought out some of those alternate identities or some of those close second name choices that ultimately didn't get chosen. I feel like they're always good. The what if. That's something else minor league baseball does for fun is the what if. What if we had become this team instead of the team we chose? It's hard to pick a favorite. I know in El Copa, the one I'm thinking offhand was Clinton, the Lumber Kings. Now they're Prospect League, but they were the Elotes, which every time I go to the Sox game, I got to get myself the Elotes.
Which is what? Corn?
It's the corn. It's street corn, man. They're so cool. It's a great hat. Really colorful hats, too. I just saw on the Staten Island Yankees website, missing the Staten Island Yankees, feel bad.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
Yeah, the Pizza Rats is a great one.
Pizza Rats, the Cannolis.
The Cannolis.
Several, right?
How did they have so many and we can't appreciate them anymore? There are so many. There are so many we're leaving out. You could actually comment what your favorite minor league baseball alternate identity is because there's so many to choose from. Yeah, it's a hard one.
All right. Talk about this beer. You turned me on to this. It's fantastic. It's top 3 for me.
All time?
All time. Only available in Wisconsin.
Right.
At Quick Trips.
Okay, so on social media, I just so happened a couple of my friends who are in the Wisconsin area were posting about this beer, a mashup. This is a brewery. Carbon 4 is a brewery in Madison, Wisconsin. So it's a couple hours from here, 2 hours away. We've actually never been here in person, only been to Madison maybe once or twice, period. But this brewery, they are known for their kind of goofy wackiness. And all I know is there's another one of their beers has I think a cat riding a unicorn with a Desert Eagle gun in its. I mean, it's crazy. They have outlandish designs. This comes up as a hybrid collaboration with Quick Trip, the gas stations in Wisconsin. They have an Urge Tracker ice cream, which is kind of like a Moose Tracks, I think is what it is. And it's like peanut butter or chocolate ice cream with stuff in it. I don't know. But what they've done is they take their beer, their stout, they've partnered it with the ice cream, and damn, is it tasty. That's an adult dessert right there. This is the Urge Tracker beer that is only sold at Quick Trip in Wisconsin.
Yeah, so funny story. I play basketball at 6 a.m. Mm-hmm. And we got done a little early. You typically get done at 8. But we were a little earlier than that. I went over to the Quick Trip on the way home.
Right.
To Illinois. And went in there.
Get that beer.
They've got Quick Trips. This isn't just a little gas station for you that aren't familiar. They got like a walk-in cooler.
They got the beer cooler.
Right. So I go in there. I grab a couple 4-packs, go up to the counter. And she's like, I can't sell these to you right now. I'm like, what? Oh, it's too early? And yeah, it was before 8 o'clock, Wisconsin.
They don't want you to get hammered.
They didn't want me to start that early.
Right. After 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
8 o'clock's all right. 7:45, no bueno. So
coming off a mid shift, you can go ahead and get into your Urge Tracker.
Yeah, it totally felt like I had a problem.
Yeah.
And
they had to step in and be like, you've had enough, sir. You've had enough.
Thank you, state of Wisconsin.
Carbon 4 Brewing, Madison, Wisconsin. A peanut butter cup ice cream stout is what it's labeled as. It is a dessert. Yummy. You deserve it in your life.
Yeah.
Shop local, drink local. That's a local brew. We're glad to enjoy it anytime we cross the border, as long as it's after 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Question 4.
Let's go.
Appalachian League rebranded from team names mirroring MLB counterparts.
Yes, they were all essentially named after their big brother.
Braves, Royals, all that kind of stuff. So they all developed new identities. Mm-hmm. So 2 days ago, Danville Otterbots. Was debuted.
Yeah.
As well as 8 others in the weeks prior. So we got the Ridge Runners, Sock Puppets, River Turtles, State Liners, River Riders, Flyboys, Doughboys, Axemen, and one more still to come.
Princeton.
So far, what's your favorite? I'm putting you on the spot.
So we've talked about the Burlington Sock Puppets in the past. I'd say that's probably the most popular, if not the most recent. Danville Otterbots has slowly taken a little bit of shine away from them. It's nice to see somebody else get the limelight. It's cool.
A little rivalry.
They've already started.
They're very funny.
It is. It's very fun. It's a good follow on social media. The Johnson City Doughboys is a cool one because of the Doughboy statue. I've done a little research there. But as a 6-year Air Force vet, the one I would like to get merchandise from first, the first hat I would buy from the Appy League, the new Appy League, #Appy Hour. I want the Greenville Flyboys, man. That is a good, and the colors are great, but it has kind of the old Air Force flying the chevron, which is really kind of a part of their logo. It's super cool. All of them, they did such a great job on rebranding that league. I think the Appalachian League took a negative by kind of getting ousted by Major League Baseball and took it as a positive. They got great people making their brands. They got great social media presence for the most part, and they are just running with it. And I think they're really kind of making the most of it.
Yeah, that's 9 teams that have done a damn good job of rebranding.
They figured it out. What about you?
Sock Puppets for me.
Yeah, really?
I do. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, we talked about that at the time. You liked it. You liked it for sure.
Yeah, the Otterbots is cool.
Cool story, too. I like it. Otterbots. I did not think. The more I look at it, the more I like it.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
It's different.
Yeah. So
it's cool.
Yeah. All right.
Good question. Question 5 to wrap it up. Let's go.
All right. NBC ranked MLB ballpark names from worst to best. Number 1 is a 5-way tie of the traditionally named ballparks. So you sort of see where the author is.
Yeah, I see. This, yeah, right? I get it.
Angel Stadium, Dodger Stadium, Marlins Park, Nationals Park, Yankee Stadium, top 5. Wrigley Field of the 2016 World Champion Chicago Cubs.
I don't even remember 2016. That's a long time ago.
Is in a 2-way tie with Fenway Park, 6th place.
Okay.
And all the way down near the bottom, in 29th out of 30.
I do want to know who's the last one.
Guaranteed Rate Field is the Chicago White Sox, 29th. And Truist Park comes in at the end.
Truist Park. That's the brand new one in Atlanta.
So, anyhow, what is your favorite MLB stadium name? And if you don't have one because the White Sox one sucks so bad, what's your favorite stadium name in any league?
Okay, so that's an interesting point because a lot of people point out the fact that and I actually just talked to somebody about the Brewers the other day, and saying how they'll always call it Miller Park. And it fits really appropriately for the Brewers stadium, right? I mean, it's a brewing team, right? So it only makes sense that they be Miller Park. I get it, of course, because I still call it Comiskey. I still call Sox Park Comiskey.
I don't remember what they call the Brewers one now.
It's American Family Field, American Family Insurance. So, you think about it, American Family Field, though, it actually does feel kind of baseball-y and bring the kids to the ballpark. That isn't too bad. Guaranteed Rate, in terms of a sponsor to name your team after, does suck. I think what I would consider my favorite of Major League Baseball would be one. I'd like to know where it was on the list, too. I'll have to check that out offline. I actually like Camden. I think Camden feels East Coast. And Camden Yards is a place that I've been to. I think overall, of all the ballparks I've been to, obviously most Sox games, a lot of Brewers games, a lot of Cubs games in my lifetime. I've been to Orioles games, probably like the fourth most.
I'm trying to remember. Is it something at Camden Yards?
Oriole Park at Camden Yards.
Right. I'm pretty sure, if I remember the article right, it was top 10.
To me, it feels historic. That location is just great with the warehouse in the background. It fits for the ballpark. You're right off the water in the Inner Harbor there in Baltimore. Maybe I'm nostalgic, but I do like that name. It feels East Coast to me. And growing up there as an 18, 19-year-old kid going to ball games, I felt like I was far away from home. And so that's my answer to that question. That's a really good question, man. Right. And I will admit our current park sucks with its name. Love the way it looks. I think it's underrated, underappreciated, but the name is really, really bad. It's still Comiskey Park in my heart.
It's a good park to be in.
Mm-hmm.
They've literally painted the whole thing gray.
Black.
Which is like so drab to me. It's all gray.
It looks almost like industrial. It's black, and it looks like like the skyline, Chicago.
Yeah, it's awesome. Since you're not asking, I'll tell you. Wrigley Field is my favorite. You literally get goosebumps walking into that place, looking out on the field from under the.
I literally was urinated on one time on that. That's what I got. I got wet.
It's happened at least once to me.
Yeah, you were there.
Right. That's
par for the course.
That's good. That means people are at your stadium. It's something you probably aren't familiar with. A Guaranteed Rate Field.
You know what? I've come to expect these kind of hard feelings that you like to dish out, and you want to make me feel bad about my team. I understand. However, I still love you. You don't win. I do. Got through 5 questions again this week. We got through. We did it again. Nice job. Great questions this week. If you like this one, please make sure that you are subscribing or following us, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, at Baseballmapper. Got plenty of other videos on there. A lot of different things, whether it's movie reviews, open up packs of cards, talking about teams, or just giving each other a good old-fashioned hard time. You can find us there. Until next week, we'll see you.